Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about those new OTT strides revealed for Premium Collection 2022. Some people really love them and think that they break the clan, and other people just think they're mid, and I'm kind of like on the in-between front. I know it's been a week since they were revealed. I just didn't want to just give you guys like just off the cuff what I thought of the strides without seeing how they actually interacted with the actual OTT packages. So I did some testing this week with all the different decks. And I just want to share my thoughts and opinions with you guys today. Don't forget to like, comment, and or subscribe if you at least enjoyed one part of the video today. Let's get into it. So we have this first stride here. Happiness Spinning Nanda Dragon King. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I thought this was a great nature unit when I first saw it. It's nice we got some dragon art, kind of mixing it up a little bit for the stride deck. Again, that's like opinion based, but it's just nice to get something a little more unique. Let's go ahead and talk about the effect. So it is once per turn, you can flip a card face up in your G zone. It's not G Persona Blast, which I really like here, as hopefully that kind of knocks its price down a little bit, since you'll at least want 2 copies of this, but you won't need to like multiple copies, like multiple pairs if you want to do this more than once. Anyways, reveal the top card of your deck equal to the number of face-up cards in your G-Zone +2. So this is great as a first strike. This is great late game. And then you call any of the normal units revealed, and all the triggers get added to your hand, and you activate all trigger effects. This kind of reminds me of the grade 3 Susano from V. Just kind of like on a stride, you know, a little souped up a little bit. I like this a lot. First thing that comes to mind though is over trigger. A lot of people have been saying you do this, you reveal over trigger, then on the following turn, assuming your opponent doesn't bum rush you to get the OT out of your hand, you Waka Hyurume, and then you just lethal them. And honestly, that's not a bad play. It's just relying on one card in the deck of 40. It will happen, but typically you'd never go into Waka Hyurume in the first place in OTT. It's just kind of there. I've used it twice in the 3 or 4 months that I've been actually playing OTT in Premium. That kind of, I feel like that kind of says how often Waka Hyurume actually comes up. So I don't think that this price is valid. You guys gotta stop the copium, please. It's good, but it's not that. Anyways, although I have my withholdings about this card, I do think that this solves 2 problems currently with the clan. The first problem is having an impactful stride that does not cause counterblast to apply pressure or gain card advantage. Currently right now, the only card we have is the Kamu Susano stride. This thing is whack. It's not very good. Even when you don't have the CB, you don't go into this. But it is nice that now with this Nanda Dragon King, we do have an option that actually does something for us that's not on hit without using counterblast. So I think that's probably the biggest impact here, is that we have a CB-less impactful stride. So that already means it's probably going to be included in every single OTT G zone, assuming your deck is like you're doing something weird. You're like not doing something weird with your G zone. English is hard. Anyways, the second thing that it solves is being able to gain card advantage outside of drawing cards, typically unless you're Battle Sisters or Susano, or as I like to call them, Susan. You don't typically have ways to plus outside of drawing cards, and sometimes even the decks that do draw a lot of cards, you don't draw enough cards to maintain Oracle effectively in this current meta. Again, like with Vanquisher and Grand Blue and Nightmare Dolls and just all these really aggressive decks, they swing a ton of times. You're gonna have a hard time maintaining Oracle. So having something like this that not only filters your shield value into your hand, but also gives you the aggro units on board is really high value for the deck. And I think that this definitely has more of an impact in decks like Tsukiyomi, Magus, and Witches, which while they do also gain a ton of card advantage by drawing, sometimes it feels like you're missing 1 or 2 cards that really pop off. And then finally, I do think that this card synergizes really well with that OTT Magus promo they revealed a couple of weeks ago. We don't know when we're gonna get this in the global community, but I can say that from my testing that this card is copium. It's not bad, it's just 6 cards on board. They have to all be Magus. Most of your Magus rear guards are impactful, but they're not that impactful. You also need a CB, it's very expensive. Having a card, or at least a stride like this, does enable this grade 2 a lot better, but again, similar to the OT thing, you have to hit the pieces. Oftentimes with the Magus deck, not using OT or Amaterasu so that way you can facilitate that grade 2, it just felt like if you didn't hit it early, you kind of lost the game. The games you did hit it early and you bum rushed them or you grade 2 game them, it was really good. I think the stride does help that quite a bit, and it does feel like they were thinking about Magus in particular when they were making the strides and the G Guardians. Don't think that's a bad thing, as Magus could always use more support. I think it's in a really good spot right now. It's just it doesn't grade 2 game too well, so it kind of loses on that front, and it feels like it's more of a late game kind of deck. Anyways, that's this stride. I really like this stride a lot. I pretty much will be putting this in all of my OTT premium decks, assuming I have the space for at least 2 of them. And I think you should too. We're gonna rate this a 8 out of 10 because it's got some situational usage, but overall adds so much value to every single OTT deck that we can play in premium. So next we got this G Guardian. I'm just gonna say it off the bat, this ain't it, Chief. After seeing those perfect guard G Guardians, and this is what we get, I feel like they're afraid to give decks like OTT broken cards. Like, look at Yo-Yo. Why does my opponent have to be on grade 3? Look at the Magus promo that we don't know what we're gonna get. Why do I need 6 cards on board to get its skill? And look at this G Guardian. Why do I have to reveal the top card with only a 50% chance for only 15k shield? Again, it's not terrible. 30k shield value is the highest shield value for OTT G Guardian we have right now outside of the Apex Magus, but we don't really go into this stride very often, or this G Guardian, excuse me. So long story short, I think the best use for this G Guardian, I do not think it's terrible. I just, in comparison to what the other clans got, it made me a little salty. You go into the Amaterasu G Guardian, or you go into the Battle Sister G Guardian. You do whatever they play out their effects, and then you stack the top card of the deck, and then you follow up with this to deal with bigger swings. This is really good against like Hari Premium with the Dragon. It hits those kind of numbers. Again, 30k shield isn't bad, and it does draw you a card. It's just, I feel like you have to do so much to use this optimally. Otherwise, you're just gonna declare 2 grades, you know, maybe look at your drop zone, your board, and everything else, and just kind of guess. I think in the late game, though, this actually gets really high value because by then you should kind of know what's going on with the deck. And maybe this works really well in Tsukiyomi, like without the Ame or the Calico in there. I don't know. If you guys have found better uses for this G Guardian, please let me know in the comments below, as I really love to use this. I think its art's good. I just think at best, it's a one of in most decks, because how often are you gonna have 2 heals at hand to do double heal guardian to make this work? I don't know. Anyways, I probably rate this like a 5 out of 10. It's not bad. It's just, it could be better. It's an average G Guardian. It's better than some of the other G Guardians we have in the clan. So anyways, guys, that is my thoughts on the new strides, new G Guardians. I know it may sound a little negative, or I may be a little pessimistic about some things. I just really want people to think critical about these cards. And I mean, OT is very game defining. 30k shield is very game defining, but I don't think that it comes up enough in OTT to where you're gonna see it every single game. I just don't think that's the case. And of course, I love this clan. It's my favorite clan in the game. Always love seeing good support, and I can't wait to see what the testing, the events, and just where this clan is going to go with time, especially with these new cards. Anyways, take care of yourself, guys. Peace out.